Beat Digger starting lineup is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. For a great used car truck, if you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's, 700 West Platte in Fort Morgan. For the Beat Diggers, batting first is the third baseman, Gregory Maris. The second baseman, Jesus Cardenas, hits second. Christian Baez, the center fielder, bats third. Shea Hansen is the cleanup man, playing in left field. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Colby Waitert. Mitch Tormolen, the first baseman, hits sixth. The pitcher, Ken Garcia, bats seventh. The DH, Daniel Soto, hits eighth. And Trevor Blake, the Beat Digger catcher, will hit ninth. Defensively, Keith Johan is at first. The second baseman for Weld Central's Tyler Price. Over at third is Kyle Woodward. In between him at short is Tom Vestal. Around the outfield, Brandon Hoffman left. Marco Sarteaga in center. Tyler Schaefer in right. Cord Dunham behind the plate. And Josh Cirrus, the right-hander, on the hill. Against Gregory Maris, with Weld Central leading 2-0. And the fastball is a strike. On the outer half at the knees, it's 0-1. Cirrus looks like he's a location pitcher, which means he doesn't throw too hard, but the Beat Diggers got to time him out. Fastball is well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maris has been an excellent leadoff man this year. The offering, the breaking ball's in the dirt, 2-1, and he's come up with some clutch hits too. Early on in the season, had that 3-run triple against Adams City in a convincing Beat Digger victory in Commerce City. Swung on, that ball is fisted on the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Vestal. No, it goes into left field for a base hit. Got a glove on it, but never inside the glove. And Gregory Maris leads off the bottom of the first with a base knock for the Beat Diggers, as Jesus Cardenas will step to the plate. He's been very effective since moving into that 2-hole. And Maris didn't hit it that hard, but in the right spot. He got fisted a little bit jammed. And a fastball's a strike on the outer half, thigh high. And it's 0-1, and Jesus loves to go the other way, and he's got a huge gap in right center. Weld Central scored their 2 runs on a pass ball and an RBI single from Kyle Woodward. The pitch upstairs. Took something off it. It's 1-1. Doubleheader on Thursday in Berthoud will begin at 4 o'clock on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. And the throw back to first, back in standing is Maris. Beat Diggers really need all these games to improve their seeding. They've got a very outside shot because of the 6 losses of hosting a district game here. But they could be a 10 or 11 seed. Swung on and lifted down the right field line. Should be an easy play to his left. And ranging under it, making the catch, is Tyler Schaefer. Back to first is Gregory Maris. And there's 1 down. 1 down for Christian Baez. The middle of this lineup has been lethal lately. Baez, Hansen, and Waitert have just torn it up for the Beat Diggers. The stretch and the offering and the breaking ball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central in their white uniforms with the red lettering and socks. Beat Diggers in their maroon uniforms with the gold lettering and numerals and the gray pants. 1-0, and that is upstairs with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes to the Beat Diggers center fielder. With Shea Hansen on deck. Hansen had 10 RBIs last week alone. The pitch. Fastball is inside. 3-0 to Christian Baez. Cord Dunham will set up towards the outside. And the pitch is upstairs, a 4-pitch walk to Baez. First and second. With 1 out for the red-hot Shea Hansen. And what this guy did last week, as I mentioned, you go game by game and the numbers are pretty incredible. The stretch and the pitch and the breaking ball is blocked by Dunham. 1 ball and no strikes. Weld Central with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning on a beautiful day here. The sun is not out right now, but the temperature's in the 70s. That bounces in, and right underneath the catcher Dunham, 2-0, and that's 6 consecutive balls thrown by the right-hander Josh Cirrus. Opening pitch today was brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. The fastball's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to the beat digger left fielder Shea Henson. Maris at second. Valles at first with a short lead. 2-1. Swing and a miss and a ball tailing away. It's 2-2. Yeah, you got to stay away from the inside with Hansen because he can certainly stroke it. He was 4 for 5 against Valley on Friday. 2-2. Swung on and fisted foul right off his foot. Count stays at 2-2. Had 2 RBIs against Valley after striking out and looking in the first. Had a double, a single, and a double. So it stays at 2-2 to Hansen. Maris led off with a single. Christian Valles walked. In between him, Jesus Cardenas popped out. Maris with about a 4-step lead at second. Valles a shorter one at first. The pitch. Breaking ball. Did he wave at it? No. In the dirt, blocked again by Dunham. 3-2. They're going to check. Yeah, there's no way he went there. Colby Whalert, who has homered in each of the last 3 games, waits to hit next. And he's hit some no-doubters. Stretch. 3-2. And that is low and away on the changeup, and Saris walks. Shea Henson. Second consecutive walk. And this is not good for Weld Central. Colby Whalert was 4 for 5. On base all 5 times against Valley. Or check that, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball at the letters. It's 0-1. I think he wanted to make that a 4-2 game. He settles back in. Wind and offering. And that is a strike. Took something off it on the outer half of the knees. It's 0-2. Whalert against Platte Valley was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. So he did the same thing 2 games in a row. 0-2 in the dirt. Blocked by Dunham. Saris is not a power pitcher, so the pitch count is inconsequential. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Weld Central leads 2-0, and the breaking ball is upstairs. 2-2 to Colby Whalert. At third is Maris. Valles at second. Hansen at first. They're all ready to run on a big shot here from Whalert. He swings and lifts it into right center field. That might hit a gap. A long run out there. Still running, and that ball's going to find a gap in between the 2 outfielders. Maris is going to score. Valles is rounding third. Now heading to third is going to be Whalert. The throw, and safe, and scoring is Hansen ahead of that throw. It's a bases-clearing triple for Colby Whalert, and the Beat Diggers lead the Rebels 3-2. I mean, that was hit in the perfect spot because it was in the air a long, long time. Marcos Arteaga, the center fielder, was the closest one to it, but Tyler Schaefer, the right fielder, was playing closer to the line, and he found it perfectly. The Beat Diggers have taken their first lead, and here's Mitch Tormolen, the pitch. Swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. Whalert will trot across home plate on the RBI single from Tormolen, and Brush leads 4-2 in the bottom of the first inning. And they're playing Beat Digger baseball, certainly, with some clutch hits. Beat Diggers had a stretch where they left men on base every game, and I'm not talking 2 or 3, closer to 10 against Meade. 14 swung on and lifted foul off to the left by Ken Garcia. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Saris looks in. Tormolen with a 2-step lead. Swung on and lifted into shallow left center field. That's going to find a hole and drop. Tormolen had to make sure that it dropped. He advances to second, and the Beat Diggers have their 4th hit of the inning. That'll bring up Daniel Soto. There'll be a conversation on the hill as Josh Saris got himself into trouble by walking 2 consecutive hitters to load the bases. And Whalert cleared the bases. Soto struggled early on in the year, found a stroke against Highland when he came up with multiple base hits. Has an RBI opportunity right now with first and second and one out. The pitch. And he swings and lifts it into left field for a base hit off the end of the bat. Tormolen's going to advance to third and stay right there. And that's 4 hits in a row for the Bead Diggers and 5 in the inning. And the bases are loaded for Trevor Blake. Tormolen to third, Garcia to second. Let's see if TB can break it wide open here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, and that is low with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Saris out of the windup. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is a strike at the belt. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trevor Blake. And the pitch. The breaking ball is up and away. 2-1 to the Bead Digger catcher. Trevor has a home run this year. It was against Yuma back on March 24th. The pitch. Low and away. 3-1. Good eye by Blake there with a fastball that was close, but it missed. And Josh Saris might not see the end of the first inning if he doesn't throw a strike here. The 3-1 pitch, and that is down and in, and Blake walks with the bases loaded. That will score Tormolen, and the Bead Diggers lead 5-2 in the bottom of the first inning. Garcia to third, Soto to second. Give Blake the RBI. And Gregory Maris, who began the inning with a single, is now at the plate. Wind and pitch, and he swings and fouls it off to the right. It's 0-1. The Bead Digger offense has been lethal lately, too. They have scored a ton of runs over the last few games. Bounces in, 1 ball, 1 strike. 11 against Meade, 22 against Platte Valley, 13 against Valley. They're averaging 15 a game in their last 3. And they've got 5 so far here in the first with only 1 out. The offering. Swung on and grounded sharply to second. That might just be 1 to second. That is 1 to first. Will be late. Scoring on the play is Garcia on the 4-6. As Tyler Price threw on to Vestal to force out Trevor Blake. And the Bead Diggers now lead 6-2. Give Gregory Maris an RBI. And here is Jesus Cardenas. Jesus popped to right earlier in this inning. He's got an RBI opportunity. The pitch. He swings and lines it, and fielded by the shortstop on a hop. A great play by Vestal, who flips to the second baseman. Price covering for the out, robbing JC of a base hit. However, the Bead Diggers do score 6 runs, and they do it on 5 base hits. There were no errors, and there were men left at the corners. We head to the second inning. Brush 6, Weld Central 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.